Hello everyone, I am your lovely teacher Jagdish. How are you all? Yes, my dear children, I hope that you all are fine at your home. And today I have come in front of you to teach a lesson called Gupta Empire, right? So in last class we have studied about Mauryan Empire, right? So in that lesson we studied about Chandragupta Maurya and Ashoka especially, right? And his achievements. So today we are going to learn a new lesson called Gupta Empire. In last class you might have studied, or in upcoming classes you are going to learn them. So it's like a bridge, right? So Gupta Empire. Okay. So you have to know one thing, that after the decline of Mauryan Empire, so in North India there was a kingdom called Kushanas. You might have heard Kushana dynasty, right? So there was a kingdom called Kushanas. They were ruling in North India. In the same situation, in the same era. So in South India there was a kingdom called Shatavahanas, right? So in upside, that means that in north place, so there was a kingdom called Kushanas, and in the same time, so in south or southern place, so there was a kingdom called Shatavahanas. They were ruling India. So the same situation what happened though after the declining of Kushanas. So Gupta Empire has been established by Sri Gupta. Who was the founder of Gupta Empire? Sri Gupta was the founder of Gupta Empire. Please note down, founder, right? The founder of Gupta Empire was Sri Gupta. Please note down. Sri Gupta, right? So Sri Gupta was the founder of Gupta Empire, and he made Prayaga. See here, I am showing here. He made Prayaga as his capital. That means that earlier Prayaga was the capital city of Gupta Empire. Earlier, right? When he established Gupta Empire, so in that situation he made Prayaga. So I have showed here, right? So Prayaga as his capital. That means that earlier Prayaga was the capital of Gupta Empire, right? So after the death of Sri Gupta, Ghatotkacha Gupta had become the emperor, right? Ghatotkacha or king. Okay. So Ghatotkacha Gupta, he had become the king, right? So Ghatotkacha Gupta had become the king after the death of Sri Gupta, because he was the son of Sri Gupta, right? So after Ghatotkacha Gupta, actually these two people, they were having the knighthood called Maharaja. That means they king of king, right? So they were having the knighthood like that. So but after the death of Ghatotkacha, Chandragupta first had become the king of Gupta Empire. Chandragupta first, and don't confuse that. So in last class we have studied about Chandragupta Maurya. He was the founder of Mauryan Empire. So this Chandragupta, he is different, right? Don't confuse. He is Chandragupta first. Chandragupta first. See, have to write lines. Chandragupta first. He had become the king of Gupta Empire. So Sri Gupta was the founder of Gupta Empire. After him, Ghatotkacha Gupta had become the king. So in the ruling time of Sri Gupta and Ghatotkacha Gupta, Prayaga was the capital city of Gupta Empire. So once Chandragupta Maurya had become the king, he had changed the capital city into Pataliputra. Okay, please note down Pataliputra. So now Pataliputra had become the capital city of Gupta Empire. So please note down. So Pataliputra was the capital city of Gupta Empire. And also one more important thing I have to tell you is, so Sri Gupta and Ghatotkacha Gupta, they were paying the taxes for the other kingdoms called Kushanas. They were paying the taxes for them because they were not the pre-kings, they were the slave kings. So under the other kingdom called Kushanas, they were ruling, right? So but Chandragupta, when Chandragupta Maurya, so Chandragupta first had become the king of Gupta Empire. So he announced himself as a free king. So because of that reason, the historians they were calling Chandragupta first as the real founder of Gupta Empire. Okay, he was the real founder of Gupta Empire. Why? Because he was the first king who announced himself as a free, and he started ruling. Okay, as an emperor of Gupta Empire, right? So, but these two they were the slave kings who are working under the other kingdoms. But Chandragupta, he announced himself as a free king and he started ruling Gupta Empire. So, because of that reason, historians they were telling that Chandragupta first was the real founder of the Gupta Empire, right? So, but Chandragupta first, he had married Kumara Devi. She was the princess of Licchavi dynasty. Okay, she was the Licchavi princess Kumara Devi. Okay, so he had married her, but she was the alone daughter of his father. Sorry, her father. She was the alone daughter of her father who was ruling Licchavi kingdom. So in Nepal, okay, see here I have marked here Licchavi. Okay. So these are the places in Nepal they were ruling. That means that Kumara Devi, okay, Kumara Devi, she married to Chandragupta first, right? So she was the alone daughter of the alone daughter of her father. Okay, he was ruling Licchavi kingdom. So because of that reason, Chandragupta Maurya easily got those places. Okay, Nepal, Kamarupa, those places he easily got because he married Kumara Devi, right? She was the alone daughter. So he got easily those places and he increased his empire. Okay, Chandragupta. So the historians they were telling that he was the brave king. He was the bravest king in Gupta Empire. So he was the first king who announced himself as a free king, right? So after the death of Chandragupta first, Samudragupta had become the king. He was the son of Chandragupta. Samudragupta. And one more important thing I have to tell you about Samudragupta. He was the greatest king of Gupta Empire. Please note down, Samudragupta was the greatest king of Gupta Empire, and also he was the music lover, and he has written some works. Okay, he has written some works in Sanskrita, right? So he was the music lover also, but he was known for his wars. He fought numerous wars, countless. Okay, he fought numerous wars. If you compare Samudragupta into the Ashoka wanted peace after the Kalinga war, right? He wanted peace and non-violence, but he was dead opposite to the Ashoka. He wanted more wars. He wanted to fight against the other kingdoms, and he was a conqueror. He wanted to conquer the other places, right? So he wanted fights, he wanted wars, he wanted battle, right? So now let us learn about Samudragupta's achievements of Samudragupta. Okay, I hope that you have written, right? I will rub the board now. Achievements of Samudragupta. Please note down. Achievements of Samudragupta. Right. Achievements of Samudragupta. See, Samudragupta had fought numerous wars. Okay, so we can classify his wars into 5 steps or 5 points. Okay, let me write the first point. Please note down. Conquest of North India. Conquest of North India. I hope that you are writing conquest of North India. The second point, conquest of forest places, forest space. can call Atavika states, forest or Atavika, right? So then next point, conquest of South India or Southern India. South India. Conquest of South India. So then the fourth point, conquest of border place or border states. And the last point, please note down, I hope that you are writing. Conquest of republics. Conquest of republics. See, these are the 5 points, right? So let's study one by one. So I have already told you that he fought numerous wars. Who? Samudragupta. He fought numerous wars. So we can classify. Okay, we can classify into 5 types. It's not about the serial or it's not about the year wise. Okay, it's about the geographical future life. Okay, so the first point is conquest of North India. Okay, so North India. So if you compare, so it is just imagine that it's India. So see here. So upside. So north place, right? So conquest of North India. Samudragupta, actually I have told you already. He wanted to conquer the places because he wanted to increase his empire, right? So already Chandragupta, he was the son of Chandragupta first, right? So already Chandragupta, he increased his empire, Gupta. So after the death of Chandragupta, Samudragupta Maurya had become the king, right? Samudragupta Maurya had become the king, and he was also wanted to increase his empire, right? So that's why he went to fight against the kings who are there in northern place of the India. So almost 9 kings, almost how many? 9. Almost 9 kings were defeated by Samudragupta in North India. Almost 9 kings, including Nagasena, Achyutasena, Rudradeva. So there are 9 kings. That means that 9 dynasties. Okay, so he fought against those dynasties. All the 9 dynasties or 9 kings, they were defeated by Samudragupta in North India. Right? Are you getting? So first point, the conquest of North India. And so all the 9 kings were defeated by Samudragupta in North India. So all those places conquered by the Samudragupta. So he increased his empire. So in the battle of North India, that means that there were 9 kings who fought against Samudragupta, but they could not able to get victory over Samudragupta. So because Samudragupta Maurya was the greatest warrior, so he easily defeated all those 9 kings, and he increased his empire in North India. So then second point, conquest of forest states. So in North India, there were some forest states. Okay, so some of the states, some of the forest states were in Madhava. Okay, these are the places. Okay, Vindhya. Okay, Vindhya Hills and Madhava. Okay, these are the places. Some places are here, and some places are like Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh in between. Okay, so those were the places. In those places there were some forest states called, so some dynasties. Okay, so we can call in forest they were ruling the kingdoms, small kingdoms. Okay, so there were almost 18 kings, right? 18 forest states in those places, right? I have showed that. So almost 18 kings. Okay, Samudragupta attacked all those 18 places, that means that 18 dynasties, and he defeated all of them. So all the 18 states were come under the rule of Samudragupta in the point of conquest of forest states. I hope that you are getting. Okay, here, so here 9 kings they were defeated by Samudragupta. So here forest states, there were 18 states. They were defeated by Samudragupta, right? In that era. So next, conquest of South India. So how he fought in North India the same way. He attacked or he invaded, okay, to south, and there almost 12 dynasties or 12 kings. They were defeated by Samudragupta. Okay. In that battle, what happened? So almost 12 kings in South India. So they fought against the Samudragupta, but they could not able to get victory over Samudragupta, because I have already told you that he was the greatest king and he was the greatest warrior. So easily he defeated all the 12 states or 12 dynasties in South India, but he could not increase the empire in South India. Why? Because he knew that he was an intelligent man. He was an intelligent man, right? So he knew that if he conquer those places, he could not able to rule all India. He could not able to rule all over India. So what he did? He had given back their dynasties to them, right? He had given all those dynasties who which have been already covered or controlled by Samudragupta, or which had been already defeated by Samudragupta. So he had given all those dynasties to them, and he asked tax or wealth from those kings who were defeated by Samudragupta, right? Only he had taken the taxes and wealth from the kings who have defeated by Samudragupta. I hope you have got. So in the North India, he conquered all the places, but in South India, he did not conquer the places. Only he defeated them, and he asked wealth and taxes from the kings who have defeated by the Samudragupta. So next, conquest of border states. Conquest of border states. So I have already told you that in the time of Chandragupta first, so Nepal, that means that here Licchavi. So it has come under the rule of Chandragupta, that means that for the Gupta. But there are some places in border, so Nepal, and also here Punjab. Okay, so here Bengal. So these were the border places. Okay, so those were the border places. There are five kings. So they knew that Chandragupta was the greatest warrior, and he was ready to fight against those border places. By knowing that, when they came to know that Samudragupta Maurya would attack them, so they only come to the palace of Samudragupta, the five states called Kamarupa, Samatata. So these are the five kingdoms, five dynasties. So the kings of the dynasties, they had come to the palace of Samudragupta. So where was the palace? So here, Pataliputra. They had come there and they had surrendered themselves. So without the fighting, he got all those five border states. Are you getting? He got all those five border states without the fighting. Why? Because they were afraid about the Samudragupta. So they only had come to the palace of Samudragupta, and they had surrendered themselves, and they had given the taxes or wealth to the Samudragupta. Okay, I hope that you got that point. So then, conquest of republics. So for this point we can include tribal people. So some tribal kings, they were ruling in north place only. So tribal kings, they were ruling in the time of Samudragupta. So while he was ruling, some tribal groups, they were ruling their small places or states. So he wanted to conquer those places. So he attacked the republics states. That means that he attacked the tribal area. He attacked the tribal kings. So and he conquered all those places, and he increased the Gupta Empire. So see here, I have showed here. So Gupta Empire. So it was the border of Gupta Empire. See, I am showing again here. So already I have drawn. See here, it was the area. We can call. See, it was the border of Gupta Empire. Okay. So again I am reminding you. So Sri Gupta was the founder of Gupta Empire. Just keep that in your mind. Sri Gupta was the founder of Gupta Empire, and then so here it was the capital city. Which one? Which was Prayaga. Prayaga was the capital of Sri Gupta, and he was the founder of Gupta Empire. So after the Sri Gupta, Ghatotkacha Gupta had come to the kingdom, and he had become the king, and he started ruling. So, and they were having the knighthood called Maharaja, that means that king of king. So after the death of Ghatotkacha Gupta, Chandragupta first had become the king. So actually I have forgotten to tell you the what year. So AD 320. So I'm writing here 320 AD. Okay, AD means unknowable. You might have known. Okay, AD 320. So in that time, so there was a era. It has started Gupta era. Gupta era has started in 320 AD. So it was the time. So when Chandragupta Maurya had become the king of Gupta Empire. So when Chandragupta Maurya had become the king of Gupta Empire in 320, so in that situation, so in that time, so Gupta era has started. So please note down, Gupta era had started in 320 AD. So it was the time Chandragupta first had become the king, right? So after Chandragupta Maurya had married Lichavi princess Kumara Devi, and she was the alone daughter of that dynasty. So that's why. So that dynasty had come under the hands of Chandragupta first. So that is that. So they passed, right? So after that, Samudragupta Maurya had become the king. He was the greatest king, and also he was the music lover, and he had written so many literature. Okay, in Sanskrit, right? So these were the achievements of Samudragupta. I have told you already, he had fought numerous wars. So we can classify his wars into 5 steps. The first point is conquest of North India. In North India, he fought against 9 kings, including Rudradeva, Nagadeva, Nagasena. So those were the kings, okay, who fought against Samudragupta in North India. So but they were defeated by Samudragupta, and he conquered those places. So then next, conquest of forest states. So I have already told you that. So Madhava, Vindhya, Hill. So these are the places. There were some kings they were ruling. Also, so in Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh, there were also some kings, forest kings, they were ruling. So those are all defeated by Samudragupta, and he conquered and those places. So then South India, as usual. So how he fought against North India, the same way he fought against South dynasties. Okay, there were 12 dynasties. Okay, 12 dynasties. I have forgotten to tell you that here 18 forest states were conquered by Samudragupta, and the same way here 12 dynasties were 12 kings were defeated by Samudragupta, but he did not conquer them. Only he asked them to pay tax, and he had taken more wealth from the South India. Then border states. So there were 5 kings. Samataka, Kamarupa, so those were Nepal, those were the places, and here, okay, those were the places. There were 5 main kingdoms, 5 kings. They had come to the palace of Samudragupta, and themselves they had surrendered to the Samudragupta, and they had given so many wealth to the Samudragupta. So he had become very rich, right? So the conquest of republics, that means that tribal groups, tribal people. There were some kings, okay, in North India when Samudragupta Maurya was ruling. Okay, so he conquered all those places. He attacked tribal groups, and he conquered all those places, and he increased his empire. So I have showed you that these were the border. This is the border of Samudragupta empire, Samudragupta's empire. Okay. So I hope that dear students, you have understood the topic about Gupta Empire. In that, founder Sri Gupta and Chandragupta first, and then achievements of Samudragupta. In next class, we are going to learn about Chandragupta second and his achievements. Right? So take the homework. Please write the achievements of Samudragupta in detail. That means that short note. Just write a short note regarding achievements of Samudragupta. Okay. Bye.